Hey everyone, Inspector Rayo here, and today we have episode 3 of the Tyrian Lightbringer. Welcome back guys. In our previous episode, we had just met our mentor Tybalt Leftpaw, climbed through the ranks of the Order of Whispers, defeated Blightghast the Plaguebringer, and left off right before we hit level 80, and I'm excited to say that in this episode, we took down our very first Elder Dragon, Zhaitan. Prior to taking the fight onto Zhaitan though, there was still a bit of work to do with Destiny's Edge. We had to relieve the Coden ship Honor of the Waves from damage caused by Jormag's minions, as well as assist Zoja in the Crucible of Eternity. With the help of Logan and Ritlock, we were able to put a stop to the Asuran scientist Kudu who was abusing Snaf's research, as well as save the Coden ship with Aaron Kaith. And then the time had finally come. We pushed through the Gates of Arah. We felled the giants, conquered the mouth and its towers, tore the undead champions from the sky, and clipped Zhaitan's wings, bringing him down once and for all. The pact rejoiced in its new victory. The undead dragon has finally been defeated, Ore has been cleansed, Marshal Traherne has completed his wild hunt, and we have saved Tyria from the undead dragon and its minions. But trouble always finds a way back. Soon after the fall of Zhaitan, a new threat, a sylvari named Kiara, more commonly known as Scarlet Briar, discovered a way to tap into the Ley Energy of Tyria. The commander and his team of heroes worked together to put a stop to Scarlet Briar, but only a moment too late. Even in death, Scarlet struck a large packet of Ley Energy beneath Lion's Arch, massively disrupting the flow of magic in Tyria, loud enough to wake our next big threat, Mordremoth. We've made some waves in this episode, but first things first, we finally hit level 80. This checks off the first major goal of Season 1. This allowed us to fully gear up in some decent level 80 exotic gear, complete the last remaining story mode dungeons, and finally finish the Tyrian storyline. As well in this episode, we decided to take on Living World Season 2 and learn more about the ripple effects of Scarlet Briar's experiments in Tyria. Unfortunately, due to the previous structure of Living World Season 1, we weren't able to actually experience the story in its full effect as it was when it was fully released, but fortunately with the Visions of the Past release, we will be able to relive the experience of Season 1 over time. To address a question I've been asked multiple times, I will not be holding out on the progression of the series to include Season 1 episodes and its true place in the storyline. ICEBROOO Saga has brought 4 mission replays for the moment with no mention of future missions being released. These missions also require completion of the latest Visions of the Past release in order to access them. Although I don't believe ANET will withhold the other story missions from Season 1, I don't want to put the whole series on hold for missions that we don't have access to or a release date for yet. I will instead replay them in the fashion that makes sense, which will be as visions of past events that have occurred in Tyria. To sum it up, we will do the Season 1 story missions when we get to them in the ICEBROOO Saga storyline. Moving on to the leveling side of things, how did I hit level 80? As far as leveling goes, there were only a few key things I made sure I focused on and prioritized, which were map completion, personal story, and events. My baseline for leveling up was map completion. This was one of the best uses of time in between doing personal stories, and while I was map completing, I would prioritize events over map objectives, as these are nice chunks of experience. A few other things that benefit me were food effects, guild hall and banner buffs, as well as boosters. As I limited myself to the sister guild of my main guild, Mistlocked, I only had the first tier of experience boosters available, and I haven't personally been able to run missions on this account, so I have no commendations available for experience or heroes banners. Instead, I would find banners either in Lion's Arch or near world boss events, as well as ascended food platters and make use of those whenever possible. These were free and easily accessible, which made a very nice difference in the leveling process. Another thing that was suggested to me during this process was to kill the non-hostile creatures, or the yellow name creatures, in open world while running events or during map completion. Guild Wars 2 has a bonus experience mechanic called Exploration Bonus, which means the longer a creature has been alive in a map or instance without being killed, the more bonus experience it will give to the person who killed it. This could easily result in massive chunks of experience, which heavily reduces the leveling grind by quite a lot while used in tandem with experience boosters. In populated areas like Silver Wastes, you may not experience this too often, but in other maps like a Dragonstand instance that never had a commander run through it, there are lots of monsters in there that have been alive since the map instance opened up, assuming no one has gone through and cleared them already, and could distribute some nice bonus experience. Since our ending of Tyria's first big threat, we've had some gruesome encounters with Mordremoth, resulting in tragic losses of some of our dearest allies, as well as new information that all sylvari come from the jungle dragon. In our next episode, we will be heading into Megumo Jungle with the rest of the pact, and take the fight to Mordremoth. And while we're there, we'll hopefully find Kaith, and discover why she decided to steal the egg that Glint rightfully bestowed upon us. And that's all I have for you today, guys. We finally took down our first Elder Dragon, but if I've learned anything in my time here in Tyria, I've realized that danger is always afoot. In the next episode, you can expect us to start training our masteries, progressing through Heart of Thorns, and as a little side benefit, we even start to make some really big progress on our crafting disciplines. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos, and I also stream my progression through this series multiple times a week, so make sure to follow me over on Twitch as well. I've also made new social media pages. If you'd like video teasers, progress shots of future videos, or notifications when I go live or when I post a new video, make sure to check out the video description for a link to my new Instagram, Facebook, as well as my other social media. And that's it, folks. I really appreciate you all watching today. This is Inspector Rayo signing off. Take care.